What's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing the squad. Today has been all about gym nights. I've been playtesting and also creating combos. Literally just creating combos. For some reason, like, this has been a forte for me. I basically stumbled across this combo doing a test hand. So this was my opening hand. I was doing test hands with my gym nights and I'll open up this. Now, when I looked at this hand, and I feel like this is becoming a thing for me, where I look at a bad hand and I turn the worst hand into something so phenomenal, it just doesn't even make sense. So looking at this hand, it's like, okay, so you've got a dead fusion, you've got your one of that you never want to draw, you've got a one of that isn't really going to serve a purpose because the target you want to dump is in your hand, and then you have a die, but like no way to get a gem on field, right? And then I'm like, thinking it through, and I'm like, okay, so basically Fusion's dead. Block Dragon has literally no targets, and I'm like, Foolish is alright. And I'm like looking at this like, okay, this is a play. This is the one of you never want to draw. I'm looking at this hand like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this hand work and see what I can do. So when you look at this hand, I'm gonna show you again. This is kind of horrible. Like, these are pretty much dead. This really doesn't serve a purpose like right now. But I'm gonna show you guys what I did with this hand, and you tell me what you think at the end of it. I did Skull Dread for 4, and I did draw the Predaplant, and the Predaplant made it even better. So I'm just going to play it out exactly how I did when I was testing it, if that makes sense. So we're going to start off with our Unexpected Die. We're going to special summon our Garnet from deck. We're then going to activate our Foolish Burial. We're going to dump a Garnet. Now we're going to normal summon Crystal Rose, use his effect. These are always in even columns, 2 and 4. Matter of fact, let me face it this way because you're looking this way, so that's better for you. You're going to use this effect. You're going to dump Lazuli. It is Lazuli, so that means it's a Gym Knight. You're going to add Garnet with Lazuli's effect. Then you're going to link summon. Now here's where I started to realize that Phantom Quartz is like Electrum and Double Helix, because when you make this card, you start winning, and you turn your bad hands into really good hands. So you're going to summon him. When I summoned him, when I was testing, I was like, ugh, like I already have Gem Knight Fusion. What do I want to search? And I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll just search an Obsidian, right? I'm like, why not? Let's just search an Obsidian. Then we're going to go ahead and start fusing. We're going to activate Fusion. We're going to pitch Obsidian and Block Dragon from our hand. We're going to summon our Zirconia over here. On a separate chain link, we're going to have Obsidian targeting Garnet, and we're going to special him in the farthest column. Now what we're going to do is something crazy, and this is what I did. I banished the Garnet from my hand, and I banished the other 2 Earths from my field, from my grave. So you banish 3, and then summon our Block Dragon. This is what I was talking about, how I Skull Dreaded and I drew into the Predaplants. So I'm going to Skull Dread, and I'm going to play it out exactly how I did when I tested this. So we're just going to play it out as if I drew the Predaplant again, which you have a high chance of drawing it anyways because you play Lone Fire and Predaplant. So we're going to link for 4. I'm sorry, we're not going to link for 4 just yet. We're actually going to use Phantom Quartz effect first. We're going to shuffle these 3, pay 1,000 for cost, and we're going to put our Master Diamond on the field early. And he's going to sit there for a minute until he's ready to serve his purpose. Now we're going to link for 4. And they all have different names if you look at them. He's in column number 1, by the way. And we're going to switch zones. Now we're going to occupy this extra deck monster zone. We're going to summon Skull Dread. Actually, Skull Dread is, let me see. If this card, when this card's link summoned, you can. Alright, because it's a you can and it's not mandatory, I'm actually going to put the Skull Dread as Chain Link 2 and then the Block Dragon as Chain Link 1. And I'm basically just going to draw the Predaplant just like I did last time. I drew 4. They weren't really good, but this was the card that was great. And I put the other 3 in the bottom of my deck. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm playing it out exactly how I did was testing. I really wish I was recording when I did this test hand because it blew my mind what I did. And that's when I realized that Gym Knights are just crazy. Then your Block Dragon's going to resolve as Chain Link 1. And you're going to grab the... This is going to be different. We're not actually going to grab our Loppies this time. We're going to grab 2 Obsidians. And we're going to grab our... Where's he at? I'm sorry, not up 2 obsidians. We're going to grab our obsidian. We're going to grab our gem armadillo. And we're going to grab our lazuli. So the levels add up still equal 8. It's a little off, right? Because normally I like my block dragon to search out lapis, obsidian, and also crystal rose. This is how you know it's one of those hands where you don't even get to play the way you're used to playing, where you have to step out of your comfort zone and just do something different. So now this is what your hand is looking like. And your Gemini Fusion's in the grave. You can go ahead and grab it now. And what we're going to do is we're going to banish Phantom Quartz and add Fusion to hand. Now we're at 5 cards in hand, fresh hand. We're going to activate our Crystal Rose. We're going to banish this Fusion from grave and special summon Crystal Rose in column number 2. So you're still not occupying any of the 3 columns Skuldred has because he's 5/4/3. Activating Crystal Rose's monster effect, we're going to dump a copy of Lazuli, which is what I always do with Crystal Rose. Crystal Rose is the most incredible extender because you can use it twice like I just did. And add Garnet. So now we're at 6 cards in hand. So we're at a +1. When you count this up, we're really at like a +4, which is really nice. And then we're going to go ahead and special summon from our hand our Predaplant using Skuldred's effect. Use the Predaplant. We're going to discard the dead Armadillo. And we're going to special summon Darling Tonia Cobra. Unfortunately, we're going to have to put it in one of Skuldred's columns. I guess we're going to put it in column number 4 and leave the middle column, which is 3, open. And then Cobra's going to grab us our Brilliant Fusion. Now we're going to activate our Brilliant Fusion. I'm telling you, this hand was so bad and it's just so good. Like, this is so crazy, man. Like, I'm really excited right now to show you guys what I did. Like, I be sitting here in the laboratory when I have time and I be cooking up sauce, man. Cooking up some spice, some straight up goo. We're going to dump our final Lazuli. Poor Lazuli, she done served her purpose to the maximum in this duel. Lazuli is going to grab Lapis, like it's Mando. And we're going to summon our Lapis Lazuli in defense off of Brilliant Fusion in Skuldred Zone. It's mandatory, so everything being summoned is getting a 300 boost. Just keep that in mind. It's not optional. He has to do that. Now that the field's pretty full, we're going to activate Lapis Lazuli. Pause. Look at the hand that I started with. Look at the field. Look at my hand. I'm still at 5 cards. This is insane. This is like, when you really count it, this is like a +11. I'm sorry, not a +11. This is like a +7 right now. And we still have Block Dragon. We can still do a lot more. You can actually make a Firewall, Trigate, and Baguska board off of this, using the Firewall to actually add the Garnet and special it. If we would have chose to search another Garnet, we could just special both, make Baguska, Firewall, Trigate. But I want to FTK. I don't want to make a board that I feel like they can't play through. I just want to kill them right now. So I'm going to use Lapis Lazuli. You're going to dump Lapis Lazuli. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they're at 5,000. We're going to activate Master Diamond right away. Banish Lapis Lazuli. And we're going to dump from our deck a Garnet. We're just burning through the Garnets. We're going to burn our opponent for 3,000 again. They're at 6,000. At this point, they should scoop, but we're going to play it through anyways. Now we're going to go into our Invoker. Still going in, man. We still got the sauce. I'm telling you, bro. This was spicy. This was by far the worst hand I've ever drawn in my life. And it's great. I had just started testing like Foolish Burial and throwing 1-ofs in. And I was like, wow. The second I put 1-ofs in my deck, I start drawing them. And I'm like, I'm drawing it when it's not good. But it's crazy what happens when you think your hand's bad. And then when you actually play it through and see what you can turn it into. Invoker is going to bring out Goblinberg. And now something that might throw you off is we're actually going to link for 4. And we're going to bring out our Firewall, fresh, ready. Firewall Dragon. He's currently cooling by 1, and we are not going to use his effect just yet. We're going to bring out our Block Dragon because he's been steadily getting his plate full. We're going to banish these Earths. We're going to summon him here. We're going to activate our Gemini Fusion. And let me see if I have a Vanilla Engrave. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fuse using these 3 monsters in hand. And it's going to cause like a really cool chain reaction. We're going to summon our Master Diamond over here. Wait a minute. No. Actually, no. I know what I'm doing now. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to do style points. We're going to activate Fusion still. We are going to fuse using the Block Dragon and the the Black Dragon, and the Lazuli. We're going to summon out our second copy of Zirconia here. Lazuli on a separate chain is going to add this back. Gem Knight Fusion is going to add itself by banishing Lazuli. So we're still at 5 cards. That was a free fusion. We're going to activate Black Dragon. Everything's getting a 300 boost. Just keep in mind. It's happening. Let's not activate Black Dragon just yet. Let's go ahead and... As a matter of fact, that's what we should do. Let's not even fuse using the Lazuli from hand. Let's go back where we made him. Let's just dump the the Black Dragon, fuse with that, and then let's drop a Garnet from our hand. And still make him. And Fusion's gonna get added by banishing Garnet. So we're at 4 cards instead of 5. So instead of using the Lazuli, we're just gonna do it that way. Now we're gonna activate the Black Dragon. As I'm remembering. Banish 3 Earths. Special Black Dragon. Link Summon. Binary Sorceress. Now we're going to do the play where we fuse with 3. These 3. Master Diamond. Separate Chain Links. Obsidian and Lazuli. Actually just going to be... yeah, it's just going to be Obsidian. Yeah, it's just going to be Obsidian. Obsidian's going to special summon this. Master Diamond's been summoned. Oh yeah, the field's pretty much full, so this is how it's supposed to look. Now, we're going to kill our opponent. Banish. We're just going to dump a Gem Knight. At this point, it doesn't matter, but if there's another Garnet, yeah, there's another Garnet. I'm dumping him. Dump him. So our opponent has been inflicted. We've inflicted 3,000 damage to them 3 times. They're at 0 life points or negative 1,000. But no, we're still not done. Fusion, add it back. Overlay these. True King of all Chlamydia. Activate Black Dragon. Special summon him. Link summon again. Underclock Taker, if you guys can see it. Oh, no, we're still not done. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's just leave it like that. We are done. So, any board, even after you've FTK'd, is you have a Firewall, co-link by 3, and you also have Calamities, and he's ready. And if we had enough food, we can bring out the Black Dragon just to sit him on the field to add insult to injury. Tell me, guys, what do you think of that? Remember, I'm just showcasing this because whenever I'm just like this. Whenever I stumble across something that I feel is crazy, I always share it with my YouTube channel. Even my unique, spicy ideas. And one of my subscribers recently even told me, like, hey, bro, sometimes you got to keep your spice to yourself and wait till you top an event with it. But I still, I'm not a very selfish guy with my knowledge. I like to share it with you guys. So tell me what you think. It's not necessarily like a combo. It was just a test hand that seemed to have gone wrong and it went crazy. Can you believe that? I mean, can you believe that? When you look at that hand, you're like, no, this is not freaking possible. Like, you should not be able to do that with a bad hand. That was a bad hand, man. That wasn't what I'm used to. I'm used to, like, Rabbit Fusion, Predaplant, Black Dragon, good stuff, man. I'm not used to drawing one-ofs and then, like, a Gem Knight Fusion when you can't actually fusion off the rip. Like, I'm not used to that. That's crazy. And it goes to show the level of skill is what actually determines a lot for a deck. A deck can seem bad, a hand can seem bad, but if you're a good player, you can turn the worst hands great. You can turn a bad deck into a good deck. It's never the deck, it's the player. And I'll end the video on that. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. I love y'all. Be safe. Have a beautiful day. I'm signing out.